So the question this morning is, if you go to a restaurant and you order a bottle of wine, if you only drink half of the bottle of wine,
and I think there's two questions. One is it considered crass if you tell them you want a doggy bag to take your wine with you? And two, is it even permissible? So, in fact, you, Mike, said you had to ask some friends in the restaurant industry. What did you find out?
Well, I think there's a third question there, too, really. Who has a half-finished bottle of wine?
Yeah, why aren't you drinking the whole thing at dinner?
But
people?
that being said, I thought this was a great question, too, and it was... Paula picked right up on that this morning and thought it was a great question as well. And, you know, the answer to that is, I did not know the answer, but it's something that comes up a lot with me these days because nice glasses of wine are getting expensive in restaurants, and it gives people, you know, they wonder, should I just go for the whole bottle of wine, but I'm not going to finish it? The answer is, it depends on the licensing of the establishment. You know, if they're able to do an off-premise transaction, then yes, you can take that wine home legally. If not, it is really not okay to take that bottle of wine home.
So if they have the ability to sell packaged liquor...
That's right, Scott.
Then you can take it home with you.
Right, and here's the important thing, like Mike says in his answer, is don't feel sheepish about asking, particularly if you're going to drop some bank on a nice bottle of wine, being able to say, look, it's just me, or it's just me and one other person. If we don't finish this bottle of wine, your server should be able to tell you before you make that purchase, yes, you'll be able to take this wine home with you, or no, you're going to have to drink it here.
Right.
So,
and it depends who you're dining with. It's like my wife and I mean, she loves white wine. I love red wines. So I always have to default to the bottle of white wine, you know, to make sure that she's happy.
So you compromise and have white wine.
Right.
Don't you?
That's, hey, you know what? If the girls in my life are happy, my life is
right. That's right. You be wise.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, and so here's the other question, though, and I didn't realize this: is wine more expensive in the restaurant by the glass versus a bottle?
Absolutely.
It's a big price difference, huh?
You know, there is, but you know, the good thing is everybody gets what they want. So you just have to determine, you know, who you're with, and is everybody willing to compromise on a nice bottle of wine?
Okay.
And but it's a question that comes up a lot, and people are considering buying the bottle rather than you know, paying $12 a glass. You know, it makes sense if, you know, you're with 2 or 3 people. But find out first if you can take that home with you.
And it reminds me of a good Scott and Paula tip. If you are at an establishment where you cannot take the liquor off premise, ladies, you should bring a handbag lined with saran wrap and an extra twist tie. Because I'm taking it home with me no matter what. It's going with me.
No, I guess the other thing in this whole thing is, if you go to a restaurant and you're sitting down and you're by yourself, and you sit down for a nice dinner restaurant by yourself, and you order a bottle of wine, is that...
It's bad, because clearly you don't have the designated driver. Clearly.
Unless you have an imaginary friend dining with you.
Or you know,
then you're okay.
When you get up from the table before you pay, you just pick the thing up and just chug it right there at the table, right out of the bottle. Say, well, I got to top this off before we leave.
You know, there's nothing wrong with causing a scene at your table.
Well, I think it's listen, well-behaved people rarely make history, right?
That's right.
So, you know, you got to give them something to talk about.
That's right. All right. So the last question we had for Mike before we're done is give us a wine that would be good for a Halloween weekend.
Halloween weekend.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, I'm gonna go with a. You know, I think a Merlot, something spicy, maybe a Syrah that's got a little spice to it.
Those go good with candy corn?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, and you know, the tip of the week is this: 2007 Cabernet vintage out of Napa Valley.
Oh.
And next week I'm going to have some wines in particular that I point out.
All right.
They had Wine Spectator tested 575 wines. 190 of them had 90-point or higher ratings. It's the best vintage on records, and 2008 and 2009 may prove to be better.
Wow.
But I've got some great ones that are like $10 and $12 to recommend that people will be able to purchase at retailers here in Missoula. So,
hey, the last thing I wanted to remind folks is you have a wine tasting tomorrow night.
Oh, of course. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, Chicks and Chaps. It's all about Think Pink, you know, breast cancer awareness and prevention this month. We've got a wine tasting out at the Hilton Garden Inn with Grizzly Liquor. Aspen's going to be out there, Shannon Hart's going to be out there, and we're going to have a great wine tasting. We're expecting over 200 people to show up to this.
Which would be sweet, because I was going to say on the Facebook RSVP, you've got a lot of people already RSVPing saying that they're going to be there.
Yeah, we think there's going to be well over 200, and we've got wines made by wineries specifically for breast cancer, awareness and prevention.
Pink and all those, yeah.
Purple Cowboy. We've got some great wines. We're going to have some great appetizers, and we're going to have great company out there. So I
and where's it going to be?
At the Hilton Garden Inn out on Reserve Street, 6 to 9.
6 to 9.
Actually, 6 to 10, I believe.
Okay, 6 to 10 tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Out at the Hilton. Stop on out there, support Chicks and Chaps, taste a little wine, have a little fun.
It's all for a good cause and good fun, so come and join us.
All right, so Mike, then next week, and we've got to start next week talking about getting people lined out for wines for Thanksgiving dinner, too.
Yeah.
I'll have some great ones.
Mulling.
And on November 10th, we've got either the sales manager from Adelsheim or the winemaker coming on live joining us. We got a great show on the 10th lined up.
All right, looking forward to that. It's 36 degrees, a high today up to about 45. Wine Guy Mike brought to you by Lolo Creek Steakhouse and Grizzly Liquor.